In this video, we are going to find the sum of unique elements in an array. Hello, I am Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in interview preparation in any ways, I will be happy. Let's see the sample input data and we can talk about the question in detail. So we are given a list of integers. So if you see this, we have 1, 2, 3 and 2. So the number 2 is repeated. So we have to ignore 2 and we have to consider only 1 and 3. So we have to get 1 and 3 and the sum of the two elements equal to 4. So 4 is the expected output. So if you see other samples, like if it's going to be 5 ones, so here all the ones are repeated. So it's going to be a blank list and the output is going to be 0. If you have another list which don't have any repetitions, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, here none of them are repeated. So we have to consider all the elements and the output is going to be sum of all the elements, which is 15. So basically what we have to do is, first you have to find the elements which are duplicated and then ignore those elements and consider the rest of the elements. Okay, let's see how to do this. Let's try a brute force method. It's not a good approach, but just to understand how the code works. Okay, let's start with a function grow with data. The input is nums. First we are going to assign two list variables, all values and then duplicates, and we have our result which is assigned as 0. First what we are going to do is, we are going to put values in both the variables. All values is going to append the elements once, the unique element, and duplicates is going to track if the element is duplicated. Okay, let's see how to do that. So if I in the input, if I in all values, so if it already exists in the unique one, then we say duplicate dot append I, and then you can continue. If it's not in the all values, then we can just add to the all values dot append I. Okay, so let's see what will be the return all values, or you can print it now, all values and duplicates, which is the duplicates list. Okay, so continue, not properly in loop. Oh, not if, it's for. Okay, we have to call this function now. So if you see this, all values will get all the unique values and saved it in that list, and the duplicate will have only the duplicate values which occur more than once. Okay, so we got the two variables assigned. Now what we do for I in all values, get all the unique values and consider only those which are not in duplicates. Not I in duplicates, then you just say result equal to result plus the I. Okay, now you can return result. So 4 is the output. So we ignore 2 and 2, we consider only 1 and 3, so it's 4. If you want to practice with more examples, Then as we always do, we can use the assert function, and then we can just do a print statement to make sure it pass all the test cases we put in, and we try it. We can disable the print, we don't want it. So it pass all the 3 test cases. But do you think this is a good coding and pleasing the interviewer? We have 2 variables, we are just doing it again, we are considering the 2 variables, list variables, and we are doing it, right? Okay, let's try a better way. Okay, this is kind of okay, but not a impressive code to the interviewer. Let's start with the same variable nums and then start with the function. Now what we are going to do is we are going to start with the dictionary. So instead of assigning the 2 list variables like all values and duplicates, we are just going to start with the dictionary. For I in the input list, the dictionary of I equal to the d of I plus 1 if I in d, else 1, right? So if the variable, the element I exists in the dictionary, then you just increment the value to plus 1, and if it's not, then you assign 1 to that value. Okay, now if you print d, and let's call the function, what will happen is the dictionary will save all the elements as a key and the number of occurrences as the value. If you see 2, it occurs twice, and 3 and 1 occurs 1. So the key is the element and the value is the number of times it occurs, right? So previously we used 2 list values and we are replacing that with a single dictionary. Now it's going to be the same as before. We just use for key val in d dot items, we just say the same thing, result equal to the key if the val equal to 1, else 0. Now return result. Result before assignment. Oh, we have to assign the result. Result equal to 0. So we just used the result before we assigning it. That's why the error came. Okay, so now what we did, we just had a dictionary and then we just put the key and value pair, where the key is the element, value is the occurrence, and then we use that dictionary and we find the key and value. If the value equal to 1, then you consider that key. If not, you ignore that and then just get the result. So this is kind of a simpler one, right? So I prefer doing a dictionary part of it rather than assigning 2 list variables. Okay, so here we are using d of I equal to d of I plus 1. This is a standard way of doing it. So let's talk about this in a bit detail. Okay, so you can understand why we are doing the dictionary part of it. For example, we can consider the same dictionary d equal to this, okay, 1, 2 and 3. So if you are going to look for the key which is not in the dictionary, okay, 4 is not there as a key, right? So if you are looking for that, it will throw an error saying that we are looking for something which is not in the dictionary. Okay, so how to address that? That's why we are just using this. So we just say if 4 in the dictionary, then you just say d of 4 equal to d of 4 plus 1, else d of 4 equal to 1. Now if you say d, the 4 will be added, right? So instead of doing this 4 steps, we directly did d of I plus 1 if I in d, else 1. So we check 4 in D, and then we assign the values. Okay, but if you directly do something like this, which is not a key, then it's throwing an error, right? So that's why we are doing that. So there is a small tweak we can do here, which looks much better, which is d dot get I comma 0 plus 1. We don't have to do the if condition. This works the same. So what will this do is the same. You just look for the value, whatever the key you're looking for, right? The element, you look for the D. If not, you just replace that with 0. So you don't have to look for the if condition. The get will do that value. You just check for the element I. If it's not in the dictionary, you just assign 0 and then it considers 1 here. So this is much easier and looks elegant than the previous if statement, right? So you can have this as a reference for your code. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.